What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the chaos. So we're going to be going over a few things today, mainly just how to set up shaders for things. This applies to levels, guns, vehicles, whatever you decide to create. The process is pretty much the same, bipeds, so anything like that. So what we're going to be doing is going over all that, showing you a visual way on how to do that, setting it up in Gorilla, and then the final end result. What you need before we get this started is a Soyuz, the GUI that's used to do cool tool commands, which is very important. You're going to need the Halo 3 editing kit, and you are going to need your computer, obviously. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I forgot to mention that obviously you need Blender. That is a necessity for this. So what we're going to do is go over the process in Blender. You already should know how to make a vehicle. I'm going to be using a vehicle for this template video and kind of showing you how to do the materials in Blender. And then we're going to go to Sapien and Gorilla and show you how to set up the shaders. So first, what I recommend is having a vehicle. I have all of my models and stuff in here. So have a vehicle. In this case, I am using my... Where is it? I don't see the folder in here. So for convenience sake, I'm gonna do this Cadillac. So in here, there will usually be my model file that I import into Blender, and then I have all of these pictures. So what you're gonna do for an example is go to all your materials. Depending on what your car has, you're going to need a picture. You're going to set it to, if it's already set here, just go ahead and remove it. And you're going to set it to principled BDSF or BSDF. And then you're going to have this pop up. Go to base color with the little dot, click that, and then go to image texture and then click open. And then from here, what you can do is go to your vehicle, wherever it is, and then right here, and this one was body.png. What I recommend is opening the pictures or taking a look at them before so you know what the part is. And then boom, put that on there. So now as you see, we have body.png down here, and you're going to do the same for all of the parts of the car. Some of them are more detailed, so it takes more. Some of them are not, so it doesn't take as much. Just go ahead and set all of them that same way. Make sure they're the same picture on the UV maps so it matches, and you're good to go. So next thing you want to do is you want to name all of these. It's a crucial part. You want to name these. So this one is body. I'm going to name this one Trim 3. Actually, I already have a trim 3. We're going to do trim 4. Perfect. Trim 4. This one's going to be trim 5. This is the cabin on the inside. Brakes 2, brakes 1, glass. This one will be tread 2 actually, because I already have a tread. And then this one will be lights. Boom. So all the ones I need are here. Rims 1, rims 2. Perfect. So all of these names are going to be the names that you need to use for your shaders. I'll explain that later on in the video, but you want to make sure you name them. So if it's like material whatever, you don't want to have those named that way because you're going to get confused later. So what I'm going to do is export this car as a JMS. You should already know how to do this if you followed the last video. I'm going to export it and boom. So this is exported and this is in my data folder. RX King, objects, vehicles, and Mopar. So from here I'm going to start the next section. Be sure to rewind this if you need some assistance or refresh on how to do this. But you want to have the render folder in there just like we did in the last video. If all this is confusing, go ahead and take a look at the previous video so you know how to do it. So, yeah. Next thing you need to do is have a bitmaps folder in your cars directory. Okay? So have a bitmaps folder, just make one. And then what you are going to do after that, I'm going to go over in this next part. Okay, so what I'm using here is GIMP. You can use whatever photo editing software you want. I just use GIMP because it's free and it's convenient. And it's just the preferred one. It's the one I know the most about. So now here is the crucial step. We are going to go into our cars folder, wherever we have our car that's downloaded. This is not the Blender file. And all of these in here are going to be what we're going to use on the vehicle. So I'm going to take this one, put it into GIMP, make sure that it is set to RGB mode if you're using GIMP. So you go to image mode RGB, because Halo will not take anything that is not an RGB. Then you're going to go to export as, and then I'm going to type body in lowercase, and what you want to do is make sure this is a TIFF file. You can do TIF or TIFF, either one. Then we are going to go to that bitmaps folder we made for the car. So this one is mine, and we're going to export it. Export, boom. Now you're going to do the same process for all of your materials that you need. So I'm going to export cabin.tiff. We're going to go back to that folder. Boom, export. Really simple process. It's very quick, not too hard at all. Export glass diff. Boom, boom. I'm just going through all these so I can show you a little more how to do it, just so you know. Then we're going to export lights.tiff, bitmaps, boom. And I'm naming these this way because they're named in here, and it's just easier to know which ones I'm using. And main, export, main.tiff, boom. And then there should be three more actually. Export as suspension .tiff, bitmaps, export, boom, tread. And you guys kind of get the process. It's very simple, not too difficult. Boom. Then wheel. I name these rims, so I'm going to do these as rims, just so I know. Then we're going to go to recently used. Boom. And there we go. So that is all of our stuff exported as a TIFF. Now we're going to go into how to get it into the game. Okay, so at this point you should have your bitmaps ready to be imported as TIFF files, and you should have your model ready to go to be imported. So what you need to do is open a Soyuz, and then you're going to go to import bitmap, and you are going to select your folder that you put your bitmaps in for your vehicle or your character, whatever it is. Then you're going to open bitmaps, and you're going to double click the first one, and then you're going to import bitmap. So I got to fix one of them. It wasn't an RGB, so I'll show you how to do that real quick. I'll open up GIMP again, and then we will fix that one. So go to the tread. That was the one that didn't work. I'm going to go to image, mode, RGB, export as, tread.tiff, override it. Boom. Now that that's fixed, we can go ahead and re-import these. There we go, all worked. So you'll notice now, if you go to your vehicle in your tags folder, you're gonna have a bitmaps folder. All of these bitmaps are here. Now what you want to do is create a new folder and create a shaders folder. This is important for later and you'll see why. So, as of right now, you can put your vehicle in the game, it's just not going to have shaders. So we're going to go over non-shaders and then what the shaders look like and how to set them up. Okay, so at this point, if you open Sapien and then spawn your vehicle in, it should have no shaders on it. This is what it looks like when it has nothing. So this is normal, and what we need to do now is all of these need to be named for the shaders. All of the ones that I made. So all of these need to have the proper names in the shader. So we're going to have to go through all of them. It's going to be a pain in the butt. Excuse me. Pain in the butt, but it will be all set up after we do this. So first things first, we're going to go to Gorilla, go to New, go to Shader. We're not going to go over what all these do. That'll be for another video, but we're just going to go how to put the shader in. So, we're going to go to Tags. You should have your own folder. This is mine. Vehicles, my Mopar, bitmaps. And to start, we're going to open the body.bitmap. Then what we're going to do, make sure you open it under the base map. Sorry, I didn't explain that. Open it with this little square over here. It'll pop up, and then you can open your bitmap. So then you are going to go to Save As, and this is a shader now, because we picked the shader. I'm going to name it Body. And now what I'm going to do, you need to re-import your model so the shader applies. So we're going to re-import the model. Perfect. And now we should have one shader on our vehicle. And there it is. So I hope this was explanatory enough. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and go in the comments and ask. But that is how you apply shaders to your vehicle. I'm not going to go through all my shaders because it's the same process for all of them, and it'll just waste time on the length of the video. But yeah, this is how you put shaders on your vehicles. This applies to characters like this guy. This applies to anything that you are putting in the game that is new. So weapons, vehicles, bipeds, structure objects, scenery, stuff like that. Anything does this same process. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I can't wait to see if anybody makes anything cool, and I will catch you in the next video.